While global dimming is itself a major threat to humanity, it now appears it has been protecting us from an even greater threat. Which means that as we reduce the dimming, we may find ourselves faced by something even worse. It was David Travis who first caught a glimpse of what the world could be like without global dimming. It happened in those chaotic days following the tragedy of 9/11. For 15 years, Travis had been studying the vapor trails, or contrails, left behind by high-flying aircraft. Though each individual contrail seems small, when they all spread out, they can blanket the sky.
Here are some examples of what we call outbreaks of contrails. These are large clusters of contrails, and here's a particularly good one from Southern California. Here's the west coast of the United States, and you can see here this lacing network of contrails covering at least 50%, if not 75% or more, of the sky in that area. It doesn't take an expert to realize that if you look at the satellite picture and see this kind of contrail coverage, that they've got to be having an effect on temperature at the surface.
But the problem Travis faced was to establish exactly how big an effect the contrails were actually having. The only way to do that was to find a period of time when, although conditions were right for contrails to form, there were no flights. And of course, that never happened. Until September 2001. Then, for 3 days after the 11th, virtually all commercial aircraft in the US were grounded. It was an opportunity Travis could not afford to miss. He set about gathering temperature records from all over the USA.
Initially, data from over 5,000 weather stations across the 48 United States, the areas that were most dominantly affected by the grounding.
Travis was not looking just at temperature. That varies a lot from day to day anyway. Instead, he focused on something that normally only changes quite slowly: the temperature range. The difference between the highest temperature during the day and the lowest at night. Had this changed at all during the 3 days of the grounding?
As we began to look at the climate data and the evidence began to grow, I got more and more excited. The actual results were much larger than I expected. So here we see for the 3-day period preceding September 11th, a slightly negative value of temperature range with lots of contrails as normal. Then we have the sudden spike right here of the 3-day period. This reflects lack of clouds, lack of contrails on warmer days, cooler nights, exactly what we expected, but even larger than we expected. So what this indicates is that during this 3-day period, we had a sudden drop in global dimming contributed from airplanes.
During the grounding, the temperature range jumped by over 1 degree Celsius. Travis had never seen anything like it before.
This is the largest temperature swing of this magnitude in the last 30 years.
If so much could happen in such a short time, removing just one form of pollution, then it suggests that the overall effect of global dimming on world temperatures could be huge.
The 9/11 study shows that if you remove a contributor to global dimming, jet contrail, just for a 3-day period, we see an immediate response at the surface of temperature. Do the same thing globally, we might see a large-scale increase in global warming.
This is the real sting in the tail. Solve the problem of global dimming, and the world could get considerably hotter. And this is not just theory. It may already be happening.
Dude's just stitching the whole...
How fast he is moving.
Oh
They
yeah.
just try to get in, right? No,